Welcome back to another edition of A Member a Day through the holidays for Dane Buy Local. I'm Jason Hafeman, your host, and I'm really excited today to be joined by Frank of Cambridge Winery. And Frank has got a big passion for wine and for what he's doing. So we're really glad to talk to you today, Frank. Thanks for taking time to tell us about your business today.
Oh, you're most welcome. I'm Frank Peregrine, one of the co-owners of Cambridge Winery. And Cambridge Winery has two locations, one in Cambridge, Wisconsin, about 20 miles east of Madison, right on Highway 12, and the other location in Madison on Whitney Way, where we have our Madison tasting room. Both locations offer the same selection of wines. They're all our own proprietary wines that we either made here in Wisconsin or made under contract in California. So we've got a pretty good array of wines available for just about any taste, ranging from big red dry wines down to sweet white wines. So you name it, we've got something on the menu that would appeal. Both locations offer food as well. In fact, our dining experience is that it exceeds 50% of our revenue, so therefore we are technically a restaurant and are open for indoor service at 25% capacity. That means in Cambridge, where we have a capacity of 300, that we can host 75 people. It's also about 7,500 square feet, so you can imagine the distancing that we're able to create between tables there. It's very, very much spread out. Madison's a little bit tighter. Our capacity in Madison is only 90 people, and that means we can host 22. Now, 22 in here, we still have plenty of room to spread people about, and we do distance the tables at least 6 feet apart.
How much food do you sell in comparison to kind of the wine that you guys produce and sell?
Well, overall, on an annual basis, our food exceeds our hosted drink service. Our wine is actually our biggest seller, but that's for carryout. So we're like a wine store and restaurant kind of combined into one, if you will. But those folks that we host for either glasses of wine or beer or cocktails, we have those available too, but those don't sell as briskly. We also have food available at both locations. In Cambridge, we have a full service restaurant, a full-time chef. She's quite good. She's somebody that we've known for a number of years. She's only been with us a few months, Kat Davis. But she's a Madison College culinary arts graduate from about 8 or 9 years ago. And we've known her since those days. So we're very pleased to have her on board with us. We do have in Cambridge, we have a weekly menu, dining menu, and we're very popular right now because a lot of the venues are closed. I mean, some of the places in Cambridge and surrounding communities either opened and closed again or never opened when they could after the COVID issues that are going on right now. Both locations have what you're seeing now, which are the small plates. These are cheese plates, mixed nuts, meatballs, those sort of things. In Cambridge, we've got a full grill and deep fryer and those sort of things. So we're doing fish fries every Friday night. That's been very popular. We make our own pizzas, which we serve at both locations. And then we also have, if you're looking at the menu now, each week we will change our specials, our salad, our burgers, and then an entree that's a special for that week as well.
I think that's so great right now that you still, because of the size, you still have that capacity to allow people to gather in a safe way. So the fact that you have the space to do that still and host reasonable size crowds is wonderful, not just for your business, but also for all the people in the area.
For sure it is. And of course, limit the number of seats at the table, even with a family, to 6. And then we spread things out. You saw from the picture that we've got lots of room, lots of airy space. We have 15 or 18-foot ceilings. We spread out the tables as much as we need to, and up to our capacity limit. We have not hit the capacity limit in Cambridge as yet. However, Friday nights are becoming fairly busy, and so we are requesting people to call ahead and make reservations for Friday night in particular. That's largely because of our fish fry. But I'd hate to have somebody make the trip to Cambridge if they're not from the area and then find out they can't be seated or they have to wait. So it would be best to call. The phone number is right there on the screen, 608-423-2348. That's the best way to assure that there would be a seat waiting for you.
Tell us, how did you get into this now? Because this wasn't your career, right? You did some other things first, but I was looking up some information on you, and it really showed how what you did in your past and your expertise has really kind of helped you get into this type of business.
Getting into the business really had to do with a passion of mine as well as Lori's, and Lori's my wife and partner, and in business as well as in life. And she and I ran a company for 19 years that was in the IT business. It's actually started in the same space that our Madison tasting room is in now. So we've come to love this facility and this building. Where I'm sitting now is in the Madison tasting room, and we have you can see some artwork behind us. This is actually from Michael Knapstein, who's a renowned photographer from Middleton, who's had his work hanging in art galleries all over the world and in shows. And we're lucky enough to have him as a friend of ours, and lucky enough to have a bunch of his art hanging on the wall, his photography, as a result. So it's a classy little place. It is a little cozy. We are a little bit tight on space here, but we don't get the dinner crowds because we don't have the full service menu here. We get more of an appetizer type of thing and maybe a glass of wine. Cambridge, different story, where we get families and people that want to go out to eat, and there aren't that many choices right now. So we're one of them, and we certainly hope people will take advantage of that.
So when people want to contact you, Frank, I know you guys do a lot here on social, and you've got specials of the week, all of that in Cambridge, like you mentioned. But when they want to learn even more about what's happening, is it best to go to Facebook, your website? What's the best resource to kind of keep up with you guys?
Well, we try to keep both Facebook and our website up to date. Our website's real simple. It's cambridgewinery.com. The other way to get in touch with us would be on our website, and maybe from Facebook as well. There's a way to certainly send us an email or an inquiry, especially if you're expecting to have a number of people. We had some a little bit larger groups like 15 or 20. In our outdoor space. It's becoming a little bit chilly for that right now, but up until a week ago, we had people sitting, both places have both indoor and outdoor seating. So in fact, you can see it through the window there in the Madison tasting room. That's our outdoor deck. It's actually pretty nice this time of year, even in the afternoon, because the sun's on it. But it is getting to be that time of year when everybody wants to be indoors. Our hours are the same at both locations. They're a little bit odd. We don't open until 3 in the afternoon, so we're not open for lunch. And Saturday and Sunday we open at noon, so we're open all afternoon. Saturday afternoon right now, and we have 3 o'clock. We have 15, 16 people here, which is pretty good. Which means we're getting close to our 22, but we're not quite there yet.
So Frank, I know people can buy wine directly from you, but where else can they find your products?
Our Wisconsin wines are available in a number of retailers, including Woodman's. I'm not sure they're in every Woodman's, but they're in the Madison ones. Hy-Vee, Steve's Liquors. There's a number of boutique retailers that carry our wine. Our 2 locations are the best place for the widest selection. But if you like what Hy-Vee has, for example, and they have 5 or 6 of our wines there, you can always go there. The retail guys, they have broader hours than we do, and they have pretty good prices actually in terms of what you pay to get our products. The Piggly Wiggly in Cambridge, I should mention that. They're one of our biggest sellers actually. They have a nice big display and big sign there. So, and we are in Total Wines. I should mention that as well.
That's great, Frank. When we talk to members, Dane Buy Local, we talk to other small business owners around the area, and a lot of people think about what it's like to be a small business owner, especially at this time. But when you have people come to your restaurant or come to do business with you, there are a lot of choices out there. What does that mean to you as a small business owner?
Well, we've been very blessed with a core of really dedicated and faithful customers who have supported us through this whole thing. We started out by doing carry out or curb pickup only, and And this was during Lent, and we started offering fish fry. And one night we did 80 fish fries for carryout, which was phenomenal. People will also come in and pick up and order ahead bottles of wine, so that helped a lot. And then our staff has, these generous customers of ours have always been leaving nice, generous tips and things like that because they know that our business is not where it used to be, and these are people that are waiting on them, need to make a living, and so we have really come through this with many, many good friends who have been faithful supporters, more than above and beyond the call of duty. We also continue to find a number of new customers simply because they can find us on search engines. We're open. They're looking for something to do that's safe. It's not a movie theater. It's it's not a sporting event. It's a nice quiet wine bar, and and we've got nice spacing and something fun to do on a Saturday afternoon that is a little bit different than sitting around watching TV all the time.
Well, Frank, I appreciate what you guys are doing for our community, what you bring to it, and we wish you continued success and through this pandemic. I love that. I love how you talked about how people come together, people supported you. That local support is going to push us all through this thing. So thanks for your time. Thanks for telling us about Cambridge Winery. Let's see you and Lori continued success. And that is a member a day through the holidays. We will catch you again tomorrow for another member feature right here on the Dane Buy Local channel.